Hello and welcome to HeroTrainer, the Nexus Raiders web series dedicated to helping players learn how to play, as well as for improving this overall skill level of those who are trying to climb up from Bronze and Silver up into Gold and beyond in terms of Quick Match and Team League and in general ranking. I am Commander Chu, and here today with me is HeroSpliffix. You want to introduce yourself a little bit, Barnhart?
Hey, my name's Nick, HeroSpliffix for short and or long, and we're just here to demonstrate kind of some basic skill set that we've accumulated over quite a few hours of gameplay.
Yeah, so this is, at least for this HeroTrainer account, like the very beginning, none of these heroes here are leveled at all, as you can see. So we're going in with a fresh start, so I'm assuming if you're watching, you've just begun playing this game, or maybe you're thinking about playing this game. You'll be able to see a little bit of the gameplay. Now, some of the skills that you'll see in this game are a little bit more advanced just because Hero and I have a lot of experience playing this game, but we'll try to do our best to just walk through everything we're doing. So, of course, select your hero. I'm selecting Li Ming here. Hero is selecting Zeratul, and we're just going to ready up. Now, a couple quick things. There's a lot to do, and here's the storm. Like, of course, you can customize your skins and mounts. It might be a little overwhelming at first, but, you know, if you do you, pick whatever skin you want. Like, I'll go with this white-haired Li Ming, for example. But you can also check your abilities here and your talents as well. So I already know which talents I'm going to pick, but, you know, if you're waiting for a match, you can always brush up, read the descriptions, and understand a little bit better in how your character should be shaped and the different ways you can shape your hero to take advantage of those skills and talents to be impactful in the game. Over here at the bottom, you'll see there's a chat box. You can click these arrows here to make this larger or smaller. I am in the Nexus Raiders channel chat. If you are not in the channel chat already, you should definitely join us. All you need to do is hit /join, type in Nexus Raiders, and you can see there, hit enter. I'll just... Yeah, hit enter, and then you will be here and you'll see all the people in our community who are available to game. Now, some people might rejoin the channel chat after a game because, like, some people don't have the social setting turned on. I can show you that later as well, but that's generally the amount of people we have, at least for now. It is 6:15 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah, Hero and I are just gonna play a couple games with you. We are on Cursed Hollow because your first 5 games are going to be on Cursed Hollow. So remember from the tutorial, you have to collect tributes. Once you collect 3, you're going to curse your enemy. Once the enemy team is cursed, their minions will only have 1 health, and their towers will do no damage, and they won't target anything.
So it seems, just a quick comment, Calvin has chosen Li Ming. That's going to be a high burst damage, long range poke champ. And because I know that we're kind of going to be thrown together in these quick matches, maybe there's going to be a lot of chaos going on, maybe some inexperienced players, I'd like to take advantage of that by using Zeratul, a high risk, high reward champion that's cloaked most of the time, as long as he's been out of combat for, I believe, 4 seconds. And allows him, you're going to notice, I'm going to be waiting for Calvin to land some skill shots and maybe whittle away at an opponent's HP bar in lane, and then I'm going to show up as Zeratul and hopefully punish them for positioning aggressively in the lane.
Yeah, do you actually want to explain what stealth is in this game and how it works?
Sure. So stealth is a little different than maybe in some other games, but stealth makes your character for the most part invisible, though you can still see a shimmer. So an observant player can still see the Zeratul or the Nova, for instance, come into lane. And if you have the ability to maybe throw out a skill shot or an AoE damage ability, you can actually reveal a stealth player by doing damage to them. So that's something to know. Keep your eyes open if you're playing against a Zeratul, for instance. And it's hard to maybe keep track of where he is on the map. You know, because oftentimes if you see somebody just run out of lane, maybe you're going to want to let your teammate know, hey, the guy I'm laning against, they're leaving. But Zeratul's pretty hard to keep track of. But so if you see him, some people like for you to just, you know, throw out a ping and just say, hey, I got my eyes on Zeratul.
3.
Yeah, and if you're looking at my screen now, well, actually you are looking at my screen now for anyone watching, you can see him a little bit more obviously, but in actual gameplay it's a lot harder to see, which is why they call it stealth.
So that Oriole's positioned pretty far ahead. I'm going to get a couple of some free poke on her. They don't even notice I'm here yet. Okay, Zarya has shielded her. Good for her. I'm backing out. Meanwhile, Calvin and I are able to poke from relative safety. Oh my gosh!
So close. Ooh, I'm
So
lagging
close.
a lot.
I think maybe at this point, I'm gonna run in for this Zarya kill once her shield expires.
Yep,
See, now I wait for
on
that
it.
shield to expire, and then I appeared. It's good to know that Zarya's shield is a lot of damage, but it does have a time limit. Oh, great snipe.
Thank you. That's what
think
I do,
maybe
man.
Calvin and I should perhaps rotate to different lanes. Zeratul is best utilized roaming between lanes, but there's really not. We don't necessarily have ourselves a meta comp, so I may end up having to just soak XP.
Ooh, I'm out of mana. Ooh, no one's soaking bot lane, so I'll actually head over to bot. Soaking means, at least when we say it, it means gathering experience. So one thing to note is that hero levels are shared, or experience is shared, so that means we want to make sure at least one person is in each lane just to gather the experience needed. Don't do what that Zarya did. Don't stand in front of buildings and take damage for free, especially when an enemy is nearby. How are things going in your lane?
So I'm just laning against a Varian. Varian's kind of a pretty tanky character. Zeratul is more of a slash and dash.
Definitely not.
It can be hard
damage.
to just trade. Yeah, it's just you don't want to necessarily just try to stand there and trade blows with a Varian, but if you can kind of poke from a distance and just kind of dash in and out, that you can end up making that Varian tap or go to his healing well, and then he'll have to end up leaving the lane.
Nice. So now that two of the enemy are dead, we do have a significant advantage in gathering this tribute. Now the Zarya is nearby, but she's not canceling me at all, so I will be able to gather this safely. But in general, you want to try to poke down the enemy team. Yeah, you want to poke the enemy team while they're channeling, just so that they don't gather, and it gives your team a little bit more time to reposition themselves.
Killing spree.
Wow, I'm lagging a lot. It's odd.
So I was able to kill Varian in a one-on-one solo lane at the top, and what I instantly do is I kill all the enemy creeps I can, and I try to push my creeps into the enemy towers because they can kill the creeps quickly, and in doing so there's no one in the lane for the enemy team to soak that experience, and there's no way for them to get that back.
Definitely, and the thing to note is, like, in the minion wave, there's always going to be 7 minions. There's 3 foot soldiers, 3 archers, and a wizard minion. So the wizard minions have the lowest health, lowest damage. They're in the center. The foot soldiers have the least, or they do the least damage, but have the most health. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna tap the healing fountain while I'm up there.
Are you going to be able to stop that cast?
Maybe. No, I'm not. But we can kill this guy.
We can make him. We can possibly bait him into a fight.
Yep.
He thinks Li Ming's alone, and that's usually a good trade for a Varian, but then I showed up, and oh, and now we have an Oriole, also out of position. She was probably trying to show up to help her Varian, but it's if you notice the way she came from our side of the map. That's oftentimes means you're out of position coming from the enemy's half of the map into a team fight.
Definitely. So you want to make sure you're positioned well. So for example, where I am, it could be easy for an enemy to come ambush me from this bush right here. Obviously, I don't think there's anyone there right now, but just be mindful and watch for that kind of stuff.
Always got to be watchful for Kerrigan combos. That should be the first lesson in any Hero Trainer series. Watch out for Kerrigan combos.
Definitely. Do you want to explain kind of what kind of hero Kerrigan is? Like, assuming people don't know what a combo is or how it works or why Kerrigan is strong.
Kerrigan's a character who is a burst assassin, and so that means that she does her damage on cooldown, and what she does is she'll dive to the opponent. She'll actually has a claw show up from the ground to pull them towards them, and then she has area of effect stun. So if she times it correctly, that stun is on a long delay. So she'll throw down her circular area of effect stun, and then she'll pull the enemy team into it. And Actually, the damage and the crowd control from that combo is enough to kill most heroes, especially with a little follow-up from their team.
Mm-hmm. Now, we have hit level 10, so we have a significant talent advantage. So we should be trying to group up to fight. Unfortunately, I did take a significant amount of damage earlier against that Zarya, so I had to back and wasn't able to poke the enemy team. But I'm back at it again. Them shields.
I'm gonna roam mid.
Sure.
That means I'm letting my team know that I'm on my way. I'm a ways out, so maybe they should hold their cooldowns, hold any spells they want to sit on, because Zeratul is coming.
Oh, kill that Ariel, yep.
Yeah, so Ariel's dead.
And we're
I'm kind of out of position,
up.
and now I'm going to avoid taking damage so I can become invisible again, and I know Li Ming's coming.
Oh, did I miss?
That was rather violent.
Okay, going to be going for Zarya here. Did she use her shield?
Nope. She just didn't notice taking damage, I guess.
A good kill.
I'm waiting for her to use her shield. I noticed she did.
Yep.
Double kill.
Nice.
And then I went ahead and followed up.
Yep, definitely. So, especially if you are playing against an enemy team,
Mayhem.
and you're alone, you should be very wary of where the enemy team could possibly be, and you can determine that by looking at the mini map. So right now, we see that Kerrigan is alone at top. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're just about to call it.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, there you go.
Yep. On my way, buddy. She's probably gonna stick it out and see her running.
I'm sorry.
That's
I
alright.
misplay it, but now I know.
Got her.
But that was pretty cool. I waited for that orb to be halfway through the wave before I canceled Void Prism, and it blew up in the middle. That's kind of cool.
Alright, so we're gonna have to defend hardcore against the enemy team for this tribute.
I actually have to be. I took a lot of damage for that Kerrigan gank, so...
Yeah, no, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to...
Comms. I'm letting my team know, hey, Zeratul is back. Be a
Ooh,
4v5
lagging
if everyone
hard.
shows up.
Yeah, dude, I'm lagging hard. That's odd. But, yeah, so... Your goal in this game is to never die. Although I did just die at an inopportune time, but, unfortunately our teammates just perished and weren't able to help defend against the tribute. I got the camera on you right now, by the way.
Great. Awesome. So I was able to catch that Oriole out of position. She was roaming from the tribute. It looks like Jaina doesn't know that there's a Zeratul on the map. And now the enemy team does have the curse, so I can see why they'd be aggressive. But when you're playing against a Zeratul, always keep in mind: am I alone? Do I know where the Zeratul is? He can really punish you for positioning aggressively. So I'm going in for this Kerrigan with Calvin's help. Oh, and now we just now saw the Varian. So I'm not super excited about this fight.
Ooh, I'm lagging hard too.
Okay, well, we're gonna just wait a little bit. There we go, get some poke, perhaps. The curse is up. We've got 15 seconds. Oh,
ooh, ballsy Kerrigan.
so she's way out of position. I'm gonna go ahead and poke her for free. Ah.
Dude, I'm getting a lot of frame drops here. I don't know what's going on. Oh, you know what? It might be the graphics setting because this is a new account.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Right. I forget. Ha! Nice dodge. Everyone saw that. Whoever's watching my screen.
Great. Thanks.
That Zarya is a free
Good for
poking
the-
bot
for
though.
the fans.
Should I go help you with Varian? Can you handle him?
I think I can keep Varian off this keep without
Alright.
too much trouble.
I'm gonna go for that Zarya. I'm gonna come help you with the Varian. Don't let him leave. Also, don't die.
Yeah, I'm pretty low, but I'm on my way.
Yep.
So Varian can go 3 different ways with his ultimate. Burst damage, sustained damage, or tank, and he's gone sustained damage, which makes him not very tanky. Otherwise, you're going to want to look out before trying to necessarily dedicate too much to killing a tank. But in this case, it's a good call.
So notice on my screen the towers aren't really attacking and they have like an out of ammo image on top of them, that means they've expelled all of their ammo. Now each tower, I don't know why she did that. Each tower has a set amount it can shoot out, and they do regenerate like 2 shots every once in a while. Ooh, lag spikes. Oh, all right.
Sorry about that, man. I thought you could have called out that Void Prism.
It's okay. Ooh, man, all these lag spikes. So don't do what this Gul'dan is doing right here. See how much damage he's taken, and he just died.
Gather tribute or
Rip.
face my curse.
Would you like to take our bruisers, Calvin?
I'm gonna grab the tribute.
That seems like a good idea.
Yeah. Most of the enemy is dead, so we shouldn't be contested very much. They should be like letting us have this. Alright, and now the enemy team is cursed. The middle lane is probably going to die on its own. Can you take care of that, Zarya?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Looks like Zarya just suicided to keeps. So we got that going for us. On my way to group up with the team. Gul'dan is not going to be there for some time. I do see the Jaina out of position. I'm going to try to make her pay for that.
Sure. I'm pretty low on health, and I'm lagging a lot. Gosh, so much lag. Yeah, I gotta change these settings. Let's kill this variant.
Sure.
Alright, great. Hey! The strength of Archon. So, this is a really strong level 20 heroic option for Living because she can just continuously do damage for no mana cost.
Mayhem. Enemy slain.
Yeah, and there's the first game of this HeroTrainer series. Pretty simple, and of course I'll be explaining more as we play more games. Pretty sure this is over. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe. Oh, yep, game's over. Yep. Well, thank you, Hero, for being in this episode. I feel like we kind of stopped talking after a little bit, but we'll do our best to, really walk you through the play style, what calls you should be making, and as you listen in on this series, it should really help you to understand what you should be doing and when, especially depending on what hero you've selected.
On that note, Calvin, would you like us to potentially play different heroes every game?
It could go either way. Oh, someone's knocking on my door. Hold on. I'm just gonna stop the recording right here real quick.